on it. It's very, very sick. And to me, it only proliferates these racist, sickening sort of attitudes that exist in this country. I mean, think about it. Who is going to auction that? I mean, who's going to put a bid on it? What will be even sicker is if it becomes a real bidding war. And I believe that at 11 a.m. later today, George Zimmerman is going to be looking for initially $5,000. It's going to be auctioned on a website titled gunbroker.com. Starting bid is set at $5,000. And apparently he's got an angle to it. Okay. And this makes me want to vote for Hillary. Okay. Hold on to your seats. Here's the angle for George Zimmerman. And see, this is another kind of sickening element of this, because George Zimmerman is trying to play the left wing card. He says he's going to sell the weapon that he used to murder young Trayvon Martin, young innocent Trayvon Martin, and then use the proceeds to fight against Hillary Clinton and Florida State Attorney Angela Corey. So let me get this straight. You're mad at the state attorney because she prosecuted you for killing an innocent man, George Zimmerman? What? Very, very sad and sickening. It makes me want to vote for Hillary Clinton just because I know it'll piss off George Zimmerman. He's mad at Hillary Clinton because she made some statements about how he should not have had a weapon anyway. This goes back to July 2013, my friends, when George Zimmerman was acquitted of second-degree murder and manslaughter. And I've never seen or been to this website before, gunbroker.com. What? And listen, I'm sure they've got a lot of websites where and again, he's a private citizen. You've got every right to. I'm on the website right now, and there's actually images of the weapon that were taken during the trial. During the trial. And it seems to be working. If this counter on this particular site, on George Zimmerman's site, on gunbroker.com is accurate, it's been viewed nearly 100,000 times. That means there's a lot of interest in it. A lot of interest in it. 93,125 times to be exact. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Let me read to you the description that most certainly was written by George Zimmerman. Here's what it reads. This is from Zimmerman's auction website on gunbroker.com. It reads, "Prospective bidders, I am honored and humbled to announce the sale of an American firearm icon. The firearm for sale is the firearm that was used to defend my life and end the brutal attack from Trayvon Martin on 2/26/2012. It has recently been returned to me by the Department of Justice. The pistol currently has the case number written on it in silver permanent marker." Oh, it's got the case number on it? "Many have expressed interest in owning and displaying the firearm, including the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. This is a piece of American history. It has been featured in several publications and in current university textbooks. Offers to purchase the firearm has been received. However, the offers were to use the gun in a fashion I did not feel comfortable with." Really? If he didn't feel comfortable with it, what were they going to do? "The firearm is fully functional, as the attempts by the Department of Justice on behalf of B. Hussein Obama to render the firearm inoperable were thwarted by my phenomenal defense attorney." And it goes on and on and on and on. We definitely, I don't think we got an award that's strong enough, quite honestly, to accurately portray the way I feel about George Zimmerman. But let's just start with this.
Shut the up, okay? Just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's number one. And most certainly this guy gets the deal today.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale.
He's like the Megatron of the Day award. That's like some super villainous-ish. American icon? American history? So killing a young, defenseless, innocent black man now connects you to American history? How sick is that? I mean, he's right on some levels in the minds of some people. But these are the days and times that we live in. Very, very sad. Jared writes, I wish Zimmerman would bang his head into a machete until his neck gets tired. Angela writes, good morning. Good to see you. B writes, how was that justice? ? Because justice is the process, B. It's not the subjective conclusion that a lot of people assume it is. John writes, gross. Eric writes, I always said the best parts of Zimmerman escaped and ran down his daddy's leg. Tracy writes, George Zimmerman needs to find Casey Anthony. They need to get married and live in hiding. That wouldn't be good for George. Karamia writes, if he's not a coward, why is he still in hiding? Because he knows. If the wrong people see him, or the right people, depending on your viewpoint, it's a wrap for George. Tiffany writes, now let OJ auction off those gloves that he killed Nicole in, because we all know he did it. The world would go crazy. Great example, Tiffany. Right. Oh, OJ Simpson is auctioning off his gloves. The world would come to an end and the portal would open from hell and Satan himself would come up. White folks would be apoplectic, beside themselves, if that happened. But George Zimmerman can auction off the weapon he killed to kill a young, defenseless young man named Trayvon Martin. We were all robbed of whatever contributions he might bring to our society. Very, very sad. And his family, his mother, his father, have a hole in their heart now for the rest of their life. Very, very sad. Tracy writes, about 2 years ago, I stood in the presence of Officer Stephen Roach. The feelings that came over me were very overwhelming. He is the officer who killed Timothy Thomas. I can imagine. And Timothy Thomas did not have to die. Didn't have to die. Never had to go down like that. What did he have? Some traffic violations? Some minor tickets? Tiffany writes, disgusting. I can't imagine what Trayvon's family is going through. Right. Now, America mourned for the Goldman family. America mourned for the Simpson family. America mourned for the damn Kardashian family. Will America mourn for the Martin family? I mean, outside of a black America, will America mourn for the Martin family? And shout out to President Obama, who in the aftermath of that tragic shooting had a press conference. I believe he was in the Rose Garden, the White House. I'll never forget it. And he completely identified with Trayvon Martin. He said, listen, if I had a son, he might look just like Trayvon. That was powerful. Props to you, Mr. President. Rhonda writes, Hillary told them black youth are super predators. So the jury fed into it about Trayvon. Ooh, making some very uncomfortable connections for Hillary Clinton supporters.
Not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
Yep, and that's exactly what Zimmerman did. He brought young Trayvon to heel, didn't he? Interesting flow, Rhonda. I'll let you decide as to whether you think she's right or not. Tonika writes, good morning. I'm here. Good to see you, Tonika. Omar writes, why are we shocked that he got off? According to Hillary, he brought a super predator to heel. Brent writes, why would you be surprised by Zimmerman selling his weapon that he feels has historic value, giving all the GoFundMe money thrown his way out for his defense? ? You're right. He got a lot of money. He was just defending himself from a thug. So you can run up and kill a young brother now, claim he's a thug, and walk away because he defended himself? That's amazing. Good morning, Charles. Charles writes, Zimmerman will get his. That's just how karma works. Absolutely. It certainly does. Absolutely. Karamia writes, I'm sorry, Nathan. I'm going to fight until my death for revenge if they kill my child. I feel you. Absolutely. Pat writes, Brent, Zimmerman said that the weapon is an American icon. Sick. Right. If that's an American icon, it makes you not want to be American on some levels. Like, I don't want to be associated with that. It is not an American icon. Now, in some sick, twisted, racist subcultures, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, you're going to have some good old boys logging on, all hoping they got enough money to have that gun in their hands because they feel like it's some type of symbol. It's a symbol of self-defense. It's a symbol of thumbing their nose at the Obama administration. I mean, they were happy. They glorified Zimmerman. I mean, Zimmerman's on a pedestal for a lot of people. He's like an American hero, and that's damn sick. It really is. Everett writes, Nate, did you see Elizabeth Warren bashing Trump? I missed it. It was I missed it. I was in a restaurant. I've caught up with the back and forth on Twitter. I mean, everybody's beefing on Twitter these days. You got hip hop artists beefing on Twitter. You got private citizens beefing on Twitter. Now you got politicians beefing on Twitter. And Elizabeth Warren has been going back and forth with Donald Trump. Never one to let a slight go by. What was it back in 2012 when Elizabeth Warren had to explain that she really didn't have Native American roots? Remember that? It's like, oh, well, when you're a young person, all you know about your history is what you're told. Yeah, but you're not a young person anymore, Elizabeth. You're a grown-ass woman. You might want to research it, okay, before you start claiming that you've got Native American roots. I don't know if she has or not. I think they did some checking and found out that she didn't. Now, Donald Trump, man, he loves to brand his enemies. Remember little Rubio, and Lying Ted. And now he's dubbed Elizabeth Warren Silly Elizabeth. She's silly. What? Ms. D writes, and why is Fox News reporting on it? Just sad. Yeah, news. I guess. Dale writes, sucker George Zimmerman was found innocent because he had great lawyers, his defense lawyer and the prosecutor. The prosecutor did a poor job in trying to get a conviction. Yes, so many people made that same observation. Yuli writes, and good morning, Yuli. She writes, this is unbelievably sick. Absolutely. Deanna writes, Zimmerman is not going to use the money to fight against them. He's going to donate $10 to the campaign and use the rest to pay his bills. That's right. But he tried to add that little political angle like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give you $10,000 to fight against Hillary. I don't like Hillary either. It's crazy. My name is Nathan Ivey, and I don't like Gilligans and Suck MCs. We'll talk more about it right after this.
This is why you work so hard to pay the mortgage. Because home is more than four walls and a roof. It's that porch swing on a summer night. It's pajamas with feet and everybody over for Sunday dinner. And that old stuffed chair in the living room you just can't get rid of. This is why you work a second job. This is why you learn to fix things yourself, so you could save on repairs. Because home is your place, your memories, your family sleeping in their own beds at night. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. And now even more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE today. That's 888-995-HOPE. Or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov.
Good night, Mama.
This is why. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plotto and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Currently 7:45 a.m. in the Queen City. Nate Ivey with you. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Numerous things to discuss. We've got to talk about Michael Sam. We'll continue our conversations that we've set forth already. I want to give you the difference. There are competing ideas on how we should legalize marijuana for medicinal usages in the state of Ohio. One may be on the ballot this year. So I want to talk about the differences with you so you have a clear understanding on what's before you. I've got no problem whatsoever with medicinal marijuana.